Ever imagine, like, getting a backstage pass, but not just for, like, one night, for a whole music career?
Oh,
That's
wow.
kind of what we're doing today, diving deep into what it really takes to be a musician. We're talking about everything, not just the glamorous stuff, with some help from RoleCatcher.
Yeah, they're the career experts.
Exactly. So it's more than just, picking up a guitar or belting out a tune, right?
Oh, way more. Like when you really break it down, it's more than just playing music, that's for sure.
So what else is there?
Well, you've got composition, like actually creating the music itself, and then there's transcribing, which is kind of like translating music from one form to another.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, like writing it down for other instruments. It's a whole other skill set.
Wow. So you really have to be musically talented, I guess, from all different angles.
Exactly. And that actually leads to another big thing, adaptability.
Mm.
Musicians need to be adaptable. Well, think about it. One day, you might be in a studio laying down tracks, and the next, you're at a music festival in front of thousands of people. Talk about a range of settings.
That's true. It really is a completely different world depending on how you approach being a musician. And it's not for the faint of heart either, is it?
Definitely not. It takes serious stamina and mental fortitude.
All those hours of practicing, the pressure to nail every note during a live performance.
Oh, yeah, and we haven't even gotten to the stage fright yet.
It's definitely not all glam and glitter, is it?
Not quite, although we'd be remiss not to mention how technology has completely changed the game.
That's true.
Like back in the day, you needed a ton of money, a small fortune, just to step foot in a professional recording studio.
Oh, totally. Now you can create professional quality music right from your bedroom with software like, what is it, Logic Pro?
Logic Pro, Ableton, yeah, a bunch of them.
Yeah. So that's one of the great equalizers, I guess.
Exactly. It's been huge for aspiring musicians, for sure.
But even with those advancements, the music industry itself, it's in constant flux, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're talking about streaming services, social media, the whole nine yards. It's like a whole new world out there.
Definitely a whole new ballgame.
So for someone, let's say, trying to break into this constantly shifting landscape, what does the job outlook actually look like?
Well, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the projected growth for musicians from 2019 to 2029 is only about 1%, which is slower than the average for all occupations.
Okay, so it is a competitive field.
Yeah, you could say that.
But before anyone freaks out, let's hear what RoleCatcher has to say.
Okay.
They have a unique take on the whole pros and cons list. It's less about good or bad and more about how this career actually aligns with your aspirations, right?
Yeah, they're big on personalization, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So let's say creative expression and freedom are your top priorities.
Which I imagine they are for a lot of musicians.
Right. Becoming a musician might just be the perfect fit.
That's a major pro, for sure. Plus, there's the flexibility, the potential to tour the world, maybe even become a legend. That's going to be a huge draw for a lot of people.
Yeah. You'd think so, but it's not always as glamorous as it seems.
Right. Of course, there's always another side to the coin.
Exactly.
So what about the not so glamorous side?
Well, for all the talk about flexibility, the reality is it often means irregular hours, late nights, and tons of travel, which can be tough if you're someone who craves stability.
And those late nights, they can easily turn into early mornings, right?
Oh, absolutely. Especially if you're pulling an all-nighter in the studio or driving to another gig. It's definitely not always the rock star lifestyle people imagine.
No, not always. And what about financially?
Yeah, financially it can be a real roller coaster.
I bet.
One minute you might land a great gig that pays well, and the next you're hustling for smaller shows just to make ends meet.
Right. That financial instability must be really tough, especially when you're first starting out.
Absolutely. You're trying to hone your craft, build a network, and pay your bills all at the same time.
Yeah, that's a lot to juggle.
Yeah.
And then on top of all that, there's the constant scrutiny and criticism that comes with the territory.
Oh, yeah. You're putting your art out there for the world to judge. And not everyone's going to be a fan, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's got to be tough. It takes a lot of courage to put yourself out there like that.
It really does.
It makes you wonder, how do you find that balance between chasing the dream and being realistic about the challenges?
That's a great question, and honestly, I think that's where RoleCatcher's insights become super valuable. They don't sugarcoat the difficulties, but they also provide really helpful guidance on how to navigate those challenges.
And that's where their career guides come in, right?
Exactly.
They're like these roadmaps
Yeah,
specifically designed for musicians at different stages of their careers.
exactly. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro, they offer advice tailored to your specific needs.
So they've really done their research and tried to make it as specific as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And one area where they really excel is interview prep.
Oh, yeah, I was checking that out. It's impressive. They have this massive database of over 120,000 interview questions with answers from actual industry experts. It's
Wow.
incredible. It's like having a cheat sheet for those nerve-wracking auditions.
It's incredibly valuable. Imagine being able to anticipate the questions you might be asked and have thoughtful responses already prepared.
Right.
It can make a huge difference in how confident you feel going into those
Oh, I
situations.
bet. And it's not just about memorizing answers either, right? They
Yeah.
even offer AI-powered feedback on your practice sessions, which is really cool.
I know, it's amazing. You can actually record yourself answering questions, and their AI will analyze your delivery, content, everything.
That's wild. So
Yeah.
you're not just getting generic advice, you're getting personalized feedback that helps you actually improve your interview skills.
Precisely. And that's what makes RoleCatcher so effective. It's not about overwhelming you with information. It's about providing targeted, actionable advice based on real-world music industry experience.
It sounds like they're really trying to equip aspiring musicians with all the tools they need to succeed, not just artistically, but professionally as well.
Absolutely. They understand that a successful music career is about more than just talent. It's about hard work, resilience, and having a solid understanding of the industry.
And being able to articulate your vision and your goals, which is where those interview skills come into play. It's really cool that there are resources out there like that to help people. Like they're saying, we see you, we hear you, and we're here to help you navigate this crazy industry.
Yeah, for sure.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of musicians, it makes you realize it's about way more than just the music,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
It's about the hustle, the business savvy, the unwavering dedication to your craft.
Yeah, and it's inspiring to see platforms like RoleCatcher stepping up to provide that extra layer of support and guidance, especially in such a competitive field.
Totally. It's like having a mentor in your back pocket, ready to offer advice and resources whenever you need them.
Right.
And speaking of mentors, it makes me wonder if you could ask a seasoned musician one question about making it in this industry, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think I'd ask them what they wish they knew when they were first starting out. Like, what advice would they give their younger selves knowing what they know now?
That's such a good question because it's so easy to get caught up in the excitement, the dream, but hearing from someone who's actually been there, done that, it could be life-changing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It could be the difference between like repeating common mistakes and navigating those early challenges with a little more, wisdom.
Exactly. So for anyone listening who has that music career dream burning bright, just remember, it's a journey full of incredible highs and, let's face it, inevitable lows. But with passion, perseverance, and the right resources, you can create a career that's music to your ears.
Well said. And who knows, maybe someday you'll be the one offering guidance and inspiration to the next generation of musicians.
Love it. I think that's the perfect note to end on. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive. It's been a blast.
Yeah, this was fun.